Today I will teach you the King's Gambit, but the better version. The King's Gambit arrives after e4 e5, and f4. When they take, we would normally play knight f3 for a couple of reasons. It stops queen h4 check, which is a real threat, and it develops your kingside knight, getting you closer to castling. But we're not going to play knight f3, instead, the move I am suggesting is bishop c4, which is called the bishop's gambit, and it has a higher win rate than knight f3. If you're thinking about black playing queen h4 check, then I'm not surprised as that's the most common move, and now our king is in danger, right? Well, not really. If you play g3, then yes, it's losing, but instead play king f1. Before you click off this video thinking that it's some stupid gambit that only works if black plays a specific thing, then you need to know that white wins more times than black for literally every move that black plays in the Lichess database. Your king may seem like it's in danger, but what is black actually going to do? The most common move is bishop c5 threatening checkmate, but this is a bad move because you can push it away with d4 and then develop your knight with a tempo on the queen. If it goes to g4, then you can sacrifice your bishop, and if they take, they lose the queen. So the queen has to go back, and now you can develop your other knight, and just look at this position. You have absolute control in the center, you have various attacking options, and eventually you will capture this pawn. White has a 60% win rate in this position, which again, arrived after the most common moves from black. The best move here is knight e7, you will push e5, and when the queen goes you can either play g3 or knight e2 to take the pawn back, and white is doing very well. Back here, they most likely will play bishop c5, but what if they play the second most common move, knight f6? Attack the queen. If it goes to g4, then it's the same thing as earlier, even if they don't take, you took a pawn and they can't castle. If they go to h6, then play d4, they will probably take, which is a bad move as you can pin the knight, and eventually you will regain your pawn in a better position where your pieces are very active. If the queen goes to h5, then just defend the pawn, and once again you have an active and fairly easy to play position. No one plays the best move here, but it's d5, which sacrifices the pawn, and the position is about equal, but again, pretty much no one plays this. Going back, what if they don't play queen h4 check at all? The second most common move is knight f6, against this, play knight c3. The most played move is bishop b4, trying to take the knight and then the pawn. Play knight f3, because if they take and then take the pawn, you can sacrifice your bishop. When they take, you will play queen d5, which forks the king and the knight. Then after that you can castle and take this pawn back. Your position is much better and very easy to play. Another advantage of playing bishop c4 instead of knight f3 is that black won't know what to do against bishop c4. Against knight f3, black may have a prepared line against it, which is what you don't want as white. Overall, if you are an attacking player and you want a very powerful opening as white, then this is the perfect option for you.